Live here, y'all. Hello, good morning. Welcome, everybody, to a wonderful Power Ramen day. I'm going to get my mobile situation set up so you all can see the stove because we are cooking live. We are cooking Power Noodles, Viral Ramen Noodles. We even got a guest here today. She stepped out, but she's stepping back in, y'all. Let me tell you something. I am here at Holy Temple Ministries, inside of Holy Temple Ministries. This particular place is called Skyline Adult Day Center. That means every Thursday I get to cook live with an audience so you all can know that the food is either good or not good. And thanks to these folks here, they let me know, nah, baby girl, you kind of missed. Y'all know, y'all saw it last week, my birthday. The first person to taste my milkshake was like, his face was all tore up, just looking like, this ain't it. So thank you all for being here. Gail at Night, I do appreciate you for reminding people to click that like button. And of course, we have our Renaissance grandma. Y'all know my Renaissance grandma, she has her own business as well. Her business is making spices. So the nice thing about my Renaissance grandma is that she's in the bushes listening. Now, G. Albert, you're going to like this today. I am cooking and making noodles. Bravo Sheila Network is up in New York, but I'm not sure where you are, G. Albert, because you travel a lot. So let us know where you are, G. Albert, right now. I don't know if you're home, if you're abroad, what's going on. Y'all know what? I'm going to move my phone. Now, this is a super simple recipe. Let me show you what's here. All right. This basket. You know, I always try to have my whole foods. That's the whole point of faves, fruits and vegetables, every spread, FAVES. So when you get your faves in, that's your fruits and vegetables. You want to get as many of those into your diet, into every meal, not into your diet, because every single meal that you eat should have a million fruits and vegetables. They're good for you. There's fiber. So what I have here is I have some garlic. Y'all, I got this ugly little carrot. I'm down to the bottom of my carrots. So I got this little carrot, but I'm going to use it because I want you to know that food, especially real food that grows out of the ground, you can still use it when it looks like it's going south. Y'all know you cannot do that when you have meat or any dairy products. If they're going south, they are going south. I've got purple cabbage here and onion. All right. So, Chris.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you like things spicy, but
I don't mind a little spice.
Really good. Y'all hear that, Chris? Look, I almost dropped the seasoning. Let me show y'all this seasoning. Y'all know I use this Better Than Bouillon, right? So this Better Than Bouillon paste is really nice. I'm going to move this mic over here close to Chris. And y'all know this is a 30-minute show today. What does that mean? That means if Chris likes mushrooms, I've got some mushrooms in this bag. You see that?
I do like mushrooms.
Good. Okay, so let's add up how many faves points we're going to get because we will have noodles, and you're going to choose the noodles today because Alonzo Hall, the R-Star, he's in here.
Okay.
And he loves everything, right? But I don't know which type of noodles Alonzo prefers. Remember, now y'all are...
No, I do like those.
You do like these?
Yes,
because
I do.
Y'all are one of our food sponsors here at SuperFood Parents. So we love Skyline 21 for that. Y'all gave me some of these rice noodles and you say you do like these.
I do.
Now, I don't know if you have seen this type of noodle, but so it's sort of like the ramen that you get in the
oodles and noodles.
Oodles and noodles. You can just get the big pack of just those. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
So this way, this one does not come with the seasoning pack, but we'll just throw our own seasonings in there. That's why I was showing them this bouillon. So David Corey with Crop is here as well. David Corey with Crop, make sure you put in hashtag Health Heroes. And also, please, all of you, text the word FAVES, FAVES, to 231 9361. That's how you can get alerts and stay in the loop. So I'm going to put my food camera here. Chris, do you have any questions about these power noodles?
Yes. So I want to use the angel hair. What are these? Rice noodles? I want to use those. And how are you cooking? Are you boiling them? Are you frying them? How are we doing?
The good news is that we are going to pretty much boil them. Rice noodles cook up really quickly. So I brought some water.
Okay.
I brought everything. And This is our spice. I see y'all all talking to David Corey with Crop. He's a gardener.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's always good to have people like David Corey with Crop and my Renaissance grandma. Let me tell you, my Renaissance grandma has a food forest in a space about the size of this table because she has a
She
small
has everything.
everything.
Wow.
She has like a small patio that she, girl,
That means she know what she's doing.
you already know. She does know what she. Speaking of knowing what they're doing, Chris, I want to hear a little bit about what you're doing here with Skyline 21 Adult Day Center because you're a businesswoman and some people know you, some people don't. You've been here before. However, we want to make sure that look, see, David Corey with Crop said Renaissance Grandma is the best.
Okay, she sounds like it. That's a powerful name, Renaissance Grandma. I like that.
You already know. So let's do this. I am going to ask you a few questions about Skyline 21 Adult Day Center because a lot of us out here that are watching, we have businesses. So while you talk about that, I'm going to just crush up some garlic. Then while this sits, because you want it to sit for about 5 or 6 minutes before you put it in the pan. That way it just releases more nutrients.
Okay.
I'll also chop up the onion. Later on, we're going to the food bank. So I did not buy any carrots. I hope we're getting carrots.
We are. Sweet potatoes, heads of cabbage, a lot of onions. And I believe the bags of regular potatoes too.
Oh, like just cooking, like baking potatoes.
And then they said they were putting out the new container of canned goods. So hopefully we get a good selection. Because I've been getting a lot of phone calls with families who really need, because legislation cut food stamps by 35% started January 1st.
Wait. Talk a little louder. You said legislation cut food stamps.
Food stamps by 35%. I have been getting bombarded with calls.
So wait, let's explain to people what your role is so that way they know why people are calling you for these resources. You do have 2 adult day centers, group homes that you manage. And you are a food bank sponsor, plus you run the adult day center here. So you're the operations manager. You do a lot of the paperwork and everything. Background checks. Okay, I'm gonna let you tell it because David Corey is already like, wow. And thank you all for putting hashtag health heroes. Oh, put an ES on it, David Corey. Make sure you put an ES like Bravo with Sheila Network did. So go ahead and tell us about that.
So I'm a partner with the food bank, but the District of Chesapeake.
Okay.
So if you go onto the foodbank.org and you type in Chesapeake, I'm going to pop up. I think I'm the first or second location. So it has my personal cell phone number up there. It also has the hours which we distribute food. I still tell people always still call me because it could be depending on the load or how many people come out to get food. I could be out even if I went 2 days ago or today because the demand has tripled since January 1st. January 1st, they cut food stamps by 35%. Makes no logical sense, but they did.
So let me ask you this, because y'all get a lot of food and it does go really quickly. Y'all have a lot of people that come through here. You support a lot of communities. And David Corey with Crop is saying, I'd like to do a food bank. Is there a way that we can connect and be a sponsor? Because Gale at Night has put the link to
ask him
Holy
what
Temple.
Location is he at.
Okay. Let's find out where he is because G. Albert is talking to Alonzo saying, welcome to the club, my brother in Germany. G. Albert is always around the world. So I don't know if he's in Germany right now.
Right.
And so he has a brother named Alonzo as well. So while we're reading that, we were trying to give you time, David Corey with Crop, to say where you are, like what state. Oh, there we go. Look, he said Dallas.
Okay, Dallas. So what he would do is you would go to foodbank.org. You would type on Agency Express, click on Agency Express, and then you would click on Partnership. You fill out a few paperwork. They're going to come and do a whole inspection. Like it's just not you signing up and, you get food. It's a whole process. The training you got to go through before you can even sign up to be able to put an order in. So it's a couple of trainings you have to go through that. It's about a 90-day process.
I was going to ask you about the time and about the cost, because when they're giving you these 50-pound bags of potatoes, cabbage, onions, carrots, do you have to pay for that produce and stuff, or are those things just from the food bank for you to redistribute?
It depends. The produce is usually free. Now, it depends on the amount you need. If you need more than what they usually have out there, you can pre-order it. And that's usually free too. But if you need a larger, they can set it up where they can deliver it to you. Like for larger corporations, like once we become bigger,
right,
they'll start bringing it. We won't be going to pick it up anymore.
I appreciate that word bigger because we got bigger coins dropping. Thank you, JT Coin Rings, for the super chat. I appreciate that. David Corey with Crop is saying hello to you. And look, we're talking business today because Chris, she is the operations manager here at Skyline 21. I'm making these power noodles, and she's explaining to us how it works if you'd like to be a food bank distributor. Now, David Corey with Crop is a farmer, and so he's in Dallas. So he mentioned an interest.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, because he's a farmer, how does that work? Does that help?
Sometimes they'll buy his product. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole.
So you don't just have to be.
You don't just have to be picking up food. You can actually be a donator. And they can decide to take on a contract with you, especially if he's a farmer. Depends on how much produce he have. The sky is the limit, really. All he had to do is call down or, get the contact number off the foodbank.org. They have all the information you could possibly want, all the questions. They'll answer everything. Nice. And you just speak to somebody and they'll direct you in the right department and then go from there.
That's good information because a lot of gardeners watch this channel. Some of them have a surplus. Because just like you're saying, just like I just told you about my Renaissance grandma, she got a whole food forest. Now, that is how she sells her spices. She dehydrates her own food. She creates spice blends. She does all these different things, with her food. So that's nice to hear the different ways that we can plug in. I've just chopped up my garlic. I'm going to chop up my onion and my ugly carrot. I'm going to spray my hands with some cleaner. And don't forget
the moisturizer.
The mushrooms. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of the mushrooms because they are in a separate bag. They're not in my whole food container. So let's see what the chat is saying. And thank you again, JT Coin Rings, for those coins. David Corey with Crop is saying, okay, I appreciate you. Yep, that's good. And he also has #Health Heroes in there, spelled the right way. So he just might win. He might be today's FAVES 100 hero. So I do have another question for you. Do you have any questions for me or the chat right now?
So far, not right now.
All right, got it. So my question for you then is regarding the food bank, regarding everything that you do here at Skyline 21, because we know that it's not just the daycare. It's not just the group homes. I've seen a lot of people have an interest in group homes. What is the story on group homes? Because as a nurse, I didn't understand, like all of my patients, they had chronic illnesses. They had a respiratory issue. They're on ventilators, or they are older, or they've got MS or something. So I'm just taking care of patients. But at group homes, I didn't realize that when people no longer have family members to take care of them, that's another reason they might need to be in a group home. Also, there's a lot of mental health that some people have where just cognitive reasons they can't take care of themselves. Also, people aging out of foster care. So you tell us, what would be the different reasons, while I chop up some of this purple cabbage, what would be some of the different reasons people might be in your group home? How does that work? Because JT Coin Rings is in there chatting it up. Thanks, JT.
Okay. So 2 reasons, mainly people are in group homes, the residential group homes I'm speaking on.
Okay.
Either they're intellectually disabled, meaning that they are in special needs. They've been in special education classes. They can't function and live on their own. They would not know how to do that, no matter how much training they get, no matter that's just where they are. Or mental health. Some people have dual diagnosis of mental health where they can't function on their own. And some people could have been normal at first. And by the age, a lot of like schizophrenia hits at 21, 22.
I'm glad you mentioned that because there are certain situations that present themselves at puberty, a lot of times in those early teenage years, like you're saying with schizophrenia, that's one that hits people in their early 20s. And there are other issues too, manic depressive and different things. And also because of life, we'll have different things. So TWP popcorn, if you're
PTSD,
wondering,
yes, exactly.
If you're wondering what's popping, PTSD, that's enough. I didn't think of that one. That's what's popping, right? Put in #Health Heroes on India and TWP popcorn, because we are here at Skyline 21 making our power noodles with Chris. She's the director. so far she's given us some information on, because somebody asked, like, how could I be a food bank distributor and I'm in Dallas? She just gave us some wonderful details on that. She also runs 2 group homes, manages those, owns those. It's like she's the person, y'all, that gets the paperwork done. So here's another thing. If you need your policies and procedures done, you want to do your research. That's what Chris has done for her own businesses, and she has also done for other people as well. So I do have a question, because Rambo Green Hands is here, and he's in the UK, but he is he's in the UK right now, but he's from Jamaica, right? So you were talking about PTSD, and we think, oh, the islands, it's a great place. You know what I mean? When we go to the islands and all of that stuff. But I saw Auntie Nia on a live stream. Actually, she was on Bravo with Sheila's live stream. They were talking about all the things that were happening in Germany, like the racism that people experienced and just the marginalization, the hardships, which of course could lead to PTSD when you're constantly marginalized. You're constantly told that you're not as good as everybody else. You're always isolated and different things like that. With your group home, how do y'all manage these people that have come in with these different issues? Whereas, okay, if this is somebody that has PTSD from a life trauma, whatever it is, marginalization, bullying, teasing, or just, that sort of thing, when you get these people, do you get support and help from whatever system they're coming from? How does that work?
Yes, and then a lot of times no. I'm gonna be honest.
Thank you for that.
I have had individuals who've had a manic state where they go off, and when you get them in,
wait, hold on, y'all hear that? We not just saying, y'all know how we always say, oh, so-and-so went off, but it literally, that's what it is. When they are manic, it's like they're in a heightened state. That's why we use that term, going off, right? Wow. Right. Okay, I got my onion chopped up. I'm gonna cut up my carrot, even though it's ugly, because look, Rambo says that PTSD is not a joke.
It's not.
Oh, and G. Albert is impressed with you, child. He said you bring on some of the smartest and knowledgeable folks on the home team.
Thank you.
All right, so go ahead and tell us about the support. And you were saying,
So when you first you have a episode, they tell you they have a support contracted with the state called Reach. I hate to. I'm just gonna say Reach will show up 48 hours later after the situation has been dissolved, or either they've been moved, or the issue has.
So Reach is
has happened.
Reach is taking the first 48 overboard. Doing
48 hours. They reach back out to you.
Wow.
And then they want to talk to the client again about what happened, which could trigger them to start over. You finally calmed them down, but you're bringing up the same thing when they felt like, okay, it's over. It was over with. Why am I being questioned on it again?
And they also might feel targeted at that point, and they also might feel like, well, I don't feel safe, because if I bring this up, am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to be removed? So that,
I've had that. Miss Chris said that it was over and it's all been forgiven. Why am I being questioned on the same situation? And so I've run into that. Basically, with the group home, they give you a lot of trainings, and one is called TOVA, on how to keep yourself, the client, safe, and your other client, the housemate, safe if the client ever go off.
Got it. Okay.
So basically you follow that, but you still have to do what's best for you at the situation. You want to go home to your family,
Well, I do have a comment here from Rambo Green Hands. I'm going to turn the food camera around to the stove, because now that these are all chopped up, I'm just going to put them in there with a little bit of our bouillon paste and our gochujang sauce. Our gochujang, now y'all know better than bouillon, it's just like a bouillon paste. But the gochujang, I gotta always read it.
Gochujang.
Right, gochujang. Thank you. You said it better than me. This one is just a spicy chili paste. You keep it in the fridge. It lasts forever. Right. And so I'll put in about a teaspoon of that, as well as a teaspoon and a half of the broth. I might put in 2 teaspoons, because we're going to use a lot of water and we want that broth. But to start with, let me read what Rambo is saying related to what you're talking about. He said, I work in the mental health in the UK, and now in the last 2 years, they're trying to do more, but mental health is on the rise.
It is.
So you agree that it is on the rise?
It's been here, but we're just now identifying that it's a mental health issue. You know, back in the day, they used to say, "Oh, you got the devil in you," or if you were from the black church,
Yes.
And you could have really had, a lot of people really did just have issues.
Right.
Think about all the traumatization that our grandmother and all of them went through.
I'm going to show them the pan so they can see how much I'm putting in, but we can still hear you. The mic is on.
Okay.
And if you all have any questions about group homes, managing them, running them, because we also want to hear about the adult day center as well.
Okay.
And managing that, how that might work if somebody wants to start that. I know we were talking about what kind of support. That's what we were bringing up now. There's the gochujang paste. I'm going to add some water and the vegetables. So we were talking about, trauma, support, what happens in these situations. Did you have anything else to add? Because like you're saying, this mental health is not new.
It's not.
It's been here. It's just that we're openly talking about it so people can get the support they need and not be marginalized, not just be imprisoned, restrained, or whatever. So do you all have any other support as far as, I don't know, outings that not outings that you all would provide, but, Chris, the pan is not plugged up. I think we gotta, you know what, this happened last week. I'm just gonna put in a little bit of water to start. While I move these around, do you wanna try to troubleshoot and make sure the light switch? All you need to do is the light switch. That's what it is. Last week, that's what William did. Y'all, this week, everybody has the flu. So what I'm going to do now, like our tech crew has the flu that usually manages those things. So what I'm doing is, thank you, Chris, I turned it on. I am just mixing in that sauce, the paste and the sauce with the water. So you'll notice the water is turning, that little bit of water is turning brown. I'm going to toss in the mushrooms as well. And I'll break those up a little bit. But for the most part, I rinse these at home. So that's why I said, let me put those in a separate bag. So that way they could stay clean. The other items, they have skin on them. So...
and a lot of times people don't take advantage of what their insurance offers. When we have insurance plans, you just think, okay, well, I have coverage for my prescriptions, my, medical doctor's appointments, and stuff like that, dentists. But you don't think about your mental health.
Right.
Sometimes as being a single mom, go and talk to somebody. You can get overwhelmed and stuff like that. Or, you have a lot of hats on. You're doing a lot, like a business owner with multiple businesses, trying to keep up family, business, personal life and stuff like that. They can collide together and it can be overwhelming.
That's a good point, that we all need support. And where is it coming from? How are we getting it? Are we using the resources that we have? So that's a good thing to mention as well. Y'all, the lid is on the pot. As y'all see, we're going to let that simmer for about 5 minutes, 7 minutes, somewhere around there. We'll go ahead and run our FAVES Hero contest to see who is going to be deemed today's Plant Power Titan. So we'll do that. So if you have not put in hashtag Health Heroes, do so. We have an answer. We have a solution from David Corey with Crop. He says echinacea is great for the flu and fevers.
Okay. Echinacea. And what is that? Is it a vitamin? Is it an herb?
Echinacea is an herb. Okay. It's one of those beneficial herbs that's been out for years now. Sort of like, remember they used to always talk about ginkgo biloba for brain health, or was it energy? I think ginkgo biloba was for brain health. Okay. I'm trying to remember. Echinacea is another one that people will often drink it like a tea. Okay.
Is it tasteful or is it taste horrible or what?
You know what? Thank you, G. Albert, for putting in hashtag Healthy Heroes. David Corey with Crop, Gail at Night, Rambo Green Hands. Y'all let us know the flavor of echinacea. To me, it's smooth like chamomile. Okay. It's easy. Like I've never had any issues with echinacea feeling like this is too much. Right. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Yes, it is good. So that's good to know. So that way the tech team, you can let them know, all right, y'all, here we go. This is how we can get ourselves together. I'm going to see what the chat is saying, because as we get ready for our FAVES 100 Hero giveaway, we'll see what they are saying. Let's see. Okay. David Corey with Crop says it tastes bad. Well, maybe I had it mixed with something. I had it in a tea. And look, David Corey with Crop, thank you for mentioning that. All weeds are herbs. So a lot of times we'll think that's a weed, that's a weed, that's a weed. But like dandelions are powerful for anti-cancer.
Oh wow. Okay.
And you can pick up that dandelions off the people's grass, of
The
course.
yellow with the fuzzy. Oh wow. Okay.
Now the only reason you wouldn't is because a lot of people spray their grass with pesticides. So now you're taking the cancer and the cancer fighting agent together.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Okay, David Corey with Crop, he says his echinacea has golden seal in it, so I guess that's why it tastes bad. But my Renaissance grandma, she says it tastes earthy, which I think is a good way to explain it. But I always sweeten my tea, and you know, some people add milk to their. Gee, Albert, be quiet talking about it tastes like okra. You know what? See how they do us, y'all. Any opportunity they get to love okra, they will. Thank you, JT Coin Rings, for putting in hashtag hero health heroes. Let me show you all. Oh, good. Yep. JT Coin Rings said ginkgo biloba was for brain health. So I'm going to show you all this page so y'all can see what you have to have on the screen. All right. So you want to put in, and y'all see that message. It says an error occurred. I got to refresh the page. Thank you. Bravo with Sheila. Bravo with Sheila Network says they got the capsules for echinacea.
Okay.
I only see it in the tea, but you're right. They do have capsules. I think I'm just familiar with the tea. So y'all know how we are supported here. RollJava.com is our coffee company. So if you have not ever gotten any coffee from RollJava.com, definitely do so. All proceeds go to our nonprofit organization, Atumpan Edutainment. And if you've been here on this channel for a while, then you've also seen some of the work that Atumpan Edutainment has done and continues to do. So yeah, let's refresh this Health Heroes page, and I'll pull it back up again for you all to see. So that way, if you haven't put it in, you can put it in. And yeah, let's go ahead and share it so that way you all can see it. And before we run this contest, I'll go ahead and show you the food really quickly because it's bubbling.
Okay.
You can smell it, right?
Yes, I can smell it.
Yeah.
It smells great too.
Look, that's the wonderful thing about vegetables. They just are so fragrant. They make it seem like you're cooking so much, like you're doing a bang up job. My Renaissance grandma says you can also grow your own echinacea. It's also called cone flour. Okay. CONE, like an ice cream cone. Nice.
I've heard of that.
Look, this is why I love being live and hearing from the chat, because people that are knowledgeable, they will give you the knowledge. They will really help you out. So thank you so much, my Renaissance grandma. Okay. David Corey with Crop says dandelion detoxes the gallbladder too.
Nice.
So you know,
do you like make it as a tea, or
you can dandelion? I mostly see people talk about having it as a tea, but my Renaissance grandma, David Corey with Crop, Gail at Night, Bravo with Sheila. Any of you know anything else about dandelion, definitely let us know. I'm going to turn this down so y'all can see it good. Hashtag Health Heroes. She has it in there. Let me show y'all what is cooking. Now, you know, luckily, when you use this cooktop, it works kind of like a gas stove, where as soon as you turn down the fire, it cools off really quickly. And I think I've told you all before, as soon as you take it off the cooktop, it's not instantly cool, but in about like right now, I couldn't do this on the stove.
Touch it. Yes.
I could not do that on the stove. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you. Let's go ahead and switch the. Okay, David Corey with Crop says it detoxifies. The dandelions detoxify. That's how they work. Nice. All right, so let's get this on the big screen because the steam is going over there to the camera. So let's move the camera a little bit. So y'all see how the vegetables have gotten soft. That's the other thing. When you're cooking vegetables, they don't take very long at all. They get soft really quickly. And look at how much more water is in there, because all of that water was not in there at first. You know, and so vegetables, because they are mainly water, that's why I tell y'all, eat your fruits and vegetables. You don't have to just drink water. There's so much water in the food. I have some seasonings on this knife. I'm going to try to get in here. So I'm going to cover that up. We are going to run the race. And then we'll add the noodles, because the noodles will get soft while we, I just dropped something. I got it. The noodles will get soft while we, in about 3 minutes. Let me say that, 3 minutes or less. They get soft really quickly. The rice noodles do. So let me get off of that bubbling pot. And David Corey with Crop is saying there are different ways. that you can use. There's a world of different ways that you can use the dandelion flowers. And y'all know, David Corey with Crop says you can make teas out of lemon tree leaves as well. So that means if you have a lemon tree, don't even wait for the lemons to be ripe. The leaves are lemony.
Okay.
Look, G. Albert says, you don't need to puff LaQuita's head. That smells so good. Because you were bigging me up. It smelled good for real. Oh, my Renaissance grandma said you can use those leaves for lemonade as well.
Nice.
And a lot of people, they grow lemon trees indoors.
No, I didn't know that.
Girl, let me tell you, I learned so much from this gardening community. And of course, plants, because they clean the air inside, now you're getting the citrus. It's fragrant. Also, you're getting the benefits of it being in your house, cleaning the air, plus you can benefit from it. Speaking of sweet smelling, y'all know I got the sweet smelling kit on my on my Amazon shop, because David Hunt says the sweet smelling thingy does not have okra. No, that kit doesn't. So let's see who is going to be today's Faves 100 Health Hero. I'm going to go ahead and run it after I read David Corey with Crop's comment. He says garlic and ginger regulate your blood sugars and digestion and blood thinner. So you remember we were talking about your blood sugar. Garlic and ginger. And I have garlic in here. I didn't put any fresh ginger, but ginger would go well with these noodles. I have a fresh ginger root at the house. My grandma, I've been making her tea from it when she had the flu. And so, child, make sure you do it too. Use it. Yeah, it does. I forgot. It does help regulate your blood sugar. So let's see what's going to happen. Oh, we can grow pomegranates inside too. Now, I didn't know that one. I did not, because my Renaissance grandma, she would have things indoors and outdoors. G Mama grows hard in the garden, grows a lot indoors too. So it's like, oh, this is good stuff. Thank you all. I'm interested in indoor growing. You're interested in indoor growing. See, so our garden community can help you. David Corey with Crop is saying you can grow inside, but it's not an inside plant like the pomegranate. You can grow it inside, just like the lemon tree is not really an indoor plant, but you can grow it inside. Yeah. All right. David trying to make sure he wins. David Hunt is putting in hashtag health heroes. So let's run it. All right. Say ready, set, go for us, Chris.
Ready, set, go.
All right. We got David Corey with Crop, Bravo Sheila Network, G. Albert, G. Coin Rings, G. Albert, Run Up My Renaissance Grandma, David Corey with Crop, David Hunt, David Corey with Crop. We got a lot of David, but G. Albert brought it home. Yay.
Go G. Albert.
Yes. Congratulations to G. Albert. Sorry, David Hunt. Look, all the David.
Should have had his okra.
Should have had your okra. Look, thank you. Because he was trying to win, but nope. Thank you. Yes, big up Gail at Night. She is the moderator queen. Bravo with Sheila is congratulating G. Albert. Oh, and David Corey with Crop is reminding us that dragon fruit can also grow inside.
I'm not a big fan of dragon fruit.
You're not a big fan. It might be something you got to eat with something else. You know how when you eat a fruit salad like or something?
Salad, I could do it like that.
Yeah. Now, my Renaissance grandma goes live. So she's going to be growing hydroponics live this Saturday evening. You know what? I'm always over there lurking and looking. So I'm going to see that. Okay. Thank you. Yes. So my Renaissance grandma is congratulating, David Hunt. She's congratulating G. Albert. That is the winner. It is not rigged. So let me just say who he is. Let's give him his proper title. He is a plant-powered titan. I'm going to open up these rice noodles while I tell y'all this, because I'm going to throw these in this pot while the water is really sizzling now. Good grief. I can see it over there. Now, plant-powered titan means that he's had 80 points worth of fruits and vegetables, right? So we had 5 fruits and vegetables in this dish: onions, garlic, carrot, red peppers, and mushrooms. So 5 times 5 is 25. That's 25 points for this dish. And then what happens is we are giving him the automatic title as if he's eaten 80 points worth. Now, some of you might not be that fancy. Maybe you are working your way to it. Maybe you're just a superfood Avenger with 65 points. Well, G. Albert is saying, thank you so very much. The Wheel of Fortune is amazing. Yes, it came up, right? Look, I'm sorry, David Corey with Crop. I swear your name came up last too, but look, maybe your eyes going bad. Maybe it's rigged. I don't know. All I know is that just do a little bit more today, and I'm sure you will be a Faves Crusader with 50 points soon and very soon. That's all I can tell you, okay? Because the Power Ramen noodles are ready to do their thing. So let me show you all what's going on in the pot, and I'm gonna put these noodles in here. I just turned this down, but I still got to blow the steam away from the camera, and I just slide the pot forward when I do that. So when I cook these, typically I will break them in half because this whole entire pack will make enough for like these rice noodles. They remind you of pancit noodles. So this will make enough for like half of a tray of pancit. So if you use the whole pack, you know, yeah, you don't need, yeah, it's a lot. So we're going to use half the pack because it kind of comes in two sections.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see how it is? I'm going to show them here on the big screen because I got to keep it over the table. Otherwise it will break apart. So y'all see it kind of naturally breaks into two pieces. So you just want to pick it up wherever it naturally breaks at, throw it in the pot, and then we're going to just pour some water over it and turn the water back up. I will add some more seasonings once I pour the water in, turn it back up. Now remember, this water is giving us that broth, and it's making these noodles just
smells great too.
Child. So let me make sure I turn that back up. Now we're just going to crank it up. I'm going to put a little bit more of this broth in here because y'all saw that I put in just now about 2 cups of water, and I might need to put a little bit more. We'll see. But for right now, I'll just slide that broth over to that side and we'll mix it in a little bit. But the noodles will also help it to mix in. Right now, I just want the lid on so the heat stays in the pot and so that these noodles will get soft relatively quickly. Let's see how we're saying goodbye to everybody because y'all, it's almost tasting time. Y'all know that's we right. Try to keep it. Look, you said that's right.
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime, right? Look, David Corey with Crop talking about, yeah, maybe the game is not rigged. Maybe y'all look, this is what you do. If you can't make it here, which we know you can't today, just order your food from Whole Harvest. You go to our website, superfoodparents.com, and I'll show you right here how you can get there. Because when you go to superfoodparents.com, there's a link right at the top of the page that says, what does it say? It says, I'll read it because that's the easiest way to do it. 30% off meal delivery. This box will open. You can always join the site, but right here, $30 off meal delivery code. You use the code superhero, super 30. Let me stop making stuff up. Y'all know we got a superhero thing. Use the code super 30. And thank you for you all who have already solicited to Whole Harvest. That's how you get there. So the link that Gail at Night just dropped into the chat, that is how you access that link. G. Albert says that looks great. Okay, the food looks great. How does it smell and taste? We're about to find out in about 2 minutes or less. I'm about to stir it up because it's already bubbling. David Corwood Crop says, don't worry, I'll be back to play again. I know, G. Albert. I always say it's going to be a 30-minute show. But look, when I'm over there looking and lurking at Auntie Ellen's channel, now Garden Quilt and Art Show, Auntie Ellen, oh my goodness, she's another one. She's a gardener. She's in her 70s. She does quilting. This lady has done everything. She's that's who I want to be when I grow up because she's had so many professions in life. She's been married. She has grandchildren, great grandchildren, and her mother is still alive too.
And she's 70. Wow.
Yeah. So it's beautiful because you know they get together, and then she's like my Renaissance grandma. They'll be working this technology, you know. So she will go, Lord, I'm glad I looked in here. Some of the garlic paper had gotten in on the side.
Oh, man.
It was stuck to the spoon. So she goes live on certain nights, Saturday nights. And then she'll pop up because she had went out of town for a little while. And because, you know how these people, we be thinking, remember when you were real young, you used to think old people were real old? Child, no, they be out traveling, doing everything. So that's Auntie Ellen. She's everywhere doing all the things. So, we do have another OG in here, Tori's Brain.
Okay.
He does brain health. So when you were talking about running these group homes and having people with mental health issues that you all have to manage, he's that person that would have resources. Let me ask you this final question. Where do you get your resources? If you don't have access to Tori's Brain and somebody's going off, they have a manic episode at your group home, What do y'all do? Do y'all Google? Do y'all call other group homes? How do you manage it?
We deal with their shrink.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we'll do well, when we meet with the case manager, when they first come on, we set up what is called an ISP, individual support plan, and we customize it to fit that person. You know, so we can get a better response of their goals. You know, make you know, and it works better when you customize instead of just having one that's mapped out that you use for everybody, because everybody's different. Everybody has different needs. So if they have a manic episode, we'll make an appointment with their psychiatrist. You know, see if they need a medication adjustment, you know, or take off medicine. Sometimes they could be overly medicated when they come to you. So it's a lot of different things. We'll find out what's been going on and any kind of pattern in the notes that the staff provide and write daily. If we see a pattern, or if we notice some different things that could be triggers for them. So it's a lot of different things, a lot of different methods we take to make sure that they're getting exceptional care and have a good brain health.
Now, Tori's brain is in there talking to my Renaissance grandma. Everybody's chatting it up and everything. I like the way that you were saying, like, you do have resources. In the heat of the moment, it's kind of tough. But, you know, at least you do have something that you can fall back on and say, okay, this is the way we get this done. You know, here are our answers. Now, I've just added a little bit more water because that way we have a little bit more broth. All we need now is a bowl.
Okay.
And are you ready to try this?
I am ready.
All right. So get yourself a bowl out of there. I'm going to grab a spoon out of here. And what I'm
grab some napkin.
Okay, sure. She's going to grab a napkin. Y'all, we're going to see if it's time for our super clap sign off. Now, G. Albert, that's a good question. When she gets back from getting the napkins, we're going to find out if she uses AI as a resource when these people at the group homes, when they need support, you know, when they're out of sorts. Like she said, they're over medicated. I have seen that. Guess why? I'm a nurse. I have over medicated people. Being a parent, you know, you give your children medicine. Sometimes you're over medicating them. And when I say I've over medicated people as a nurse, it wasn't intentional. These are some of the things that they were prescribed. So we're just giving it, you know, we're giving the people these things. And it's like, oh, that was a bit much. They wasn't ready. So Gialbert is like, run. You know what? Let me show y'all the pot because I see you saying that looks so delicious. Let me show you all. I'm turning this down because we are at the end of the show. So this Viral Ramen, this is all you got to do, y'all. Throw your vegetables in there. Get you some good broth. The better than bouillon is nice. My Renaissance grandma has some wonderful spice blends. Love and Live Show has the bomb.com seasoning. They have hot sauces. We did add a little bit of heat to this one. So, you know, I use my gochujang sauce for my spice. That's just the chili paste. And I keep it refrigerated. So that way it's, you know, it's always good to go. I'm going to lift the lid off of here and I'm going to show you all what it is. He's about to clean it up, right, G. Albert? That medication error, well, no error. It's a trip how these doctors will prescribe things and then they'll try to roll it back once they see the person going off. Once they see that, oh, they really can't handle all of that. Y'all see these rice noodles will continue to soak things up. I like to cut them a little bit. Let me show y'all over here. Let me bring it over. Matter of fact, let me put the food back on the scene because these noodles are so long. My children like them when they're super long like that. But I personally like them so that I can actually, you know, eat them without eating a mouthful or without having to bite each one. So I just cut through a couple of sections like that. And I'm going to hit this with one of my favorites, just a little. Y'all already know the adobo. I'm gonna show you again because this has garlic in it. The adobo, I like it because the adobo seasoning does not have MSG, whereas my other seasoning does, and not everybody prefers MSG. This does have salt, garlic, natural lemon, cumin, oregano, turmeric. It has a few different delicious things in it. So I'm going to serve some up, grab your bowl, hand it over, and then I'm just going to give you a little bit to see if it needs any more flavor.
Okay.
Okay. Because, you know, broth, the noodles will start to soak up the flavor. And I might need to add some more water because y'all see these noodles are soaking it up. You ain't got much broth here to soak up. So I'll add some noodles. I'll go ahead and put in some of the broth, and this spoon is not really deep, so that's a whole nother issue. So we got a little bit of broth in there, as you all can see. Trying to get it on camera for you. All right, Chris.
All right.
I probably put too much in there to taste. That's more than a taste. Auntie Ellen says, I make my own veggie and bone broth. Nice. She likes the noodles twirled. You know what? These rice noodles. Now remember, y'all, I showed you.
Good.
Oh, it is good.
Mhm.
So
You
wait,
add
does it
nothing.
need anything?
No.
Nothing at all.
Nothing
You sure?
at all, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, let me turn this heat off because they will keep soaking up the water a little
The
bit.
vegetables simmered perfect.
The vegetables simmered
The
perfectly.
noodles are great.
So y'all, instead of these noodles, you can use these. These are just like the ramen noodles. And you said the noodles are great, and those are the rice noodles. So for people with gluten issues and they don't want the wheat, they can get those rice noodles that they look like straw when you open them up.
So these supposed to be better for you when you have
Yeah, because
carbs and stuff?
You know what? They are lower in carbs than the wheat noodles just because they don't use as much volume.
Okay.
That's the best way I can describe it. And y'all, we got 25 FAVES points. Y'all know what time it is, right? Of course, it is time to check out my latest book because y'all can always head on over there to the website, go to Amazon and find my latest book there on Amazon. But
the spice is nice.
Oh, so you can taste that little bit of heat.
Just a little teeny bit.
That worked out. And y'all know I just eyeball stuff. I try to give measurements, but I just be making stuff up as I go along, y'all. But let me tell you, the way Chris is smiling, y'all see it for yourself. It's time for the super clap sign off. That means we can turn on the clap music, we can say goodbye, and y'all can go home and make this dish.
Yes, I am.
Yes. So definitely, we've enjoyed you all today. Thank you, Chris, for helping us with the information.
Thank you for having me.
Look, my Renaissance grandma says, yes, I got to eat rice noodles, but I do miss wheat noodles because my Renaissance grandma, she makes a lot of things herself because of allergies, and sensitivities. And so she's realized that as certain things that her body doesn't like, she stopped eating it. A lot of us, we still eat the stuff that our body doesn't like, but she's like, nah, let me get this together. So we're going to clap it out, y'all. It's time for the super clap sign off. Let me see what else y'all are saying. Hey, they clapping it up. I see you, Bravo, Sheila. That's it. We are going to see you all next time. Y'all know I don't like to eat on camera. I don't know if Chris is okay, but we got Sonia Tube all the way from Namibia. I know you like noodles there too. So, hey, we got noodles here for you. I know baby girl is too little. She has a baby girl. Yeah, she has a son and a baby girl. Baby girl too little for the noodles, but her son can enjoy them. Her husband can like.
I forgot I was on.
No, you're just in time for the super clap sign off. Let me show you what we just made. We just made this ramen, these super viral noodles. I think I'm going to add more water because they are soaking up. They are soaking up this broth, and we wanted a little bit more soupy. So that's just as easy as adding some. But we gotta go, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings to you as well, Auntie Ellen. Garden Quilt and Art Show, G-Quat. She's saying, yep, she goes live at 4 p.m. Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays, all right? Sonia Tube gives us all the funny church videos. She's like, y'all, are these pastors really in church having people bark like a dog? Come on, y'all. What she has the best stuff. Look, girl, Sonia Tube, we bring it. I grew up in the church, going to church 80 to 90 days a week. So all those videos I can relate to, and that's why I love that Sonia Tube be like, y'all, are we gonna tolerate this? This ain't of God. What Jesus y'all know got you bark? Let's get out of here. We gonna see y'all later. Look, Sonia Tube tomorrow. All right, let me indulge. Yes, girl. Enjoy those noodles. We gave you a sneak peek. We'll see y'all next time. Yes, I'm gonna crank up the music and we are out. Hey. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Chris.
I'm glad you did it.
Yeah.
This was nice.
It worked out, right?
It really did.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bravo with Sheila. They can't see us now, girl. You can eat like you want to off camera.
You gotta be cute.
Yep, you ain't gotta be cute no more. So yes, thank you all. We appreciate the love. We are out of here. On YouTube, talk about bark like a dog. You know the video. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.
I missed a call from my dad. Everybody wanted to call me when I get up.
Of course.
Nobody knows.